Hello, everyone. We are back on the Giles and the Goalie podcast YouTube feed. We are trying something new again here this week. We are trying game previews. We're going to see how these do. If they do well, we'll keep doing them. If not, we'll find something else. But we are here to preview the Russo Bowl, which features your Minnesota Wild against the Florida Panthers and native son, Nick Bukestad. The Wild enter this game. They are winners of 5 of their last 7 hockey games, including Tuesday night against the Ottawa Senators, a 6-4 win, including goals from Eric Stahl, Mikko Koivu, Jonas Brodin, Chris Stewart, and there's somebody in there I forgot. But the Wild are coming off a win against the NHL's noted Tire Fire, so really don't take too much out of that. Starting goaltender for the Minnesota Wild looks like Alex Stalock will be back in net. Pretty much he will get the nod as Devin Dubnyk is out, although he did hit the ice on Thursday afternoon for practice. That's a good sign, but probably still a little bit a ways from game action. Alex Stalock on the season, 6-5-1, a 2.8 goals against average, .913 save percentage, 1 shutout. However, those numbers look very much more sharp when you put them from the time Stalock has taken over in goal, which is 4-2 with a 2.43 goals against average and a .924 save percentage and a shutout, which came against that team he never played for, only their AHL team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like I said, Wild coming in, winners of 5 of 7. If you take the pulse of the Wild, they don't feel like a team that has won 5 of 7, but they have. They are hanging on to a wild card spot in the Western Conference right now. They are going back and forth with Chicago Blackhawks, Dallas Stars, basically teams in their own division. As the Wild continue to play Eastern Conference teams, getting points against these teams always matter, as they don't play them overly too much. So you got to get the wins you can, especially against a team like Florida, who is not playing well. We'll get more to them in a minute. Also for the Wild in this game, I noted on the game recap Tuesday night, Jason Zucker, only 1 goal in his last 10 games. That is a bit of a drought for him. He has 14 on the season. Good news is, in 5 career games against the Florida Panthers, Jason Zucker has scored 5 goals. My high school math tells me that is an average of 1 goal per game. I know, very groundbreaking math they're doing there. I should try going for the analytics department job. Eric Stahl, he has played in 68 career games against the Florida Panthers. So Friday night's match will be the 69th career meeting against the Florida Panthers for Eric Stahl. 69, a very nice number. In those 68 games, Eric Stahl has tallied 50 points, and coming into this game, he has scored 8 points in his last 6 games, including 3 Tuesday night against the Ottawa Senators. On defense, Jared Spurgeon back from Minnesota. He returned to the lineup here in the last week, but it has been Matt Dumba who has continued to improve on his play, especially after a poor start. He has 7 points in 9 games in December, including 5 goals. That's right, 5 goals for the Minnesota Wild. You flip the page over to the Florida Panthers, and, well, they are once again a hot mess. That has pretty much been the theme of the Florida Panthers. You might as well just call them the hot mess instead of the Panthers, or Florida HC, as their uniforms now indicate, as Ben Remington would so call them. They are all-time against the Minnesota Wild, 5-13, 2 overtime losses, and 1 tie. That is a very porous record against the Minnesota Wild. They come into this game losers of 7 of their last 10 games, all of those in December. Just absolutely abysmal hockey. Vinny Trocheck, he is the leading scorer for Florida. You may not know that. He has 34 points in 34 games this season, only 9 games this year. he has gone without a point. So keeping him off the scorebook will be difficult for the Wild. But in just 4 career games against the Minnesota Wild, Trocheck has just tallied 2 assists. Jonathan Huberdeau, 32 points for Florida. He has not scored a point in his last 4 games. Offense not doing so hot for Florida in recent games. Huberdeau, big driver of offense, without a point his last 4. And it looks like starting in goal will be James Reimer for the Florida Panthers, as he carries an all-time record of 3-2-0 against the Minnesota Wild in his career, but he does have a 1.36 goals against average and an astounding .959 save percentage. That is incredible. That'll probably be why he starts over Roberto Luongo, who has absolutely abysmal stats against the Wild. Don't even bother to look it up. It's so bad. It will make you cringe how bad Luongo's stats are against the Wild. So look for Reimer to start in goal as the Wild enter their first game of a back-to-back. They have Tampa Bay Saturday night. So hopefully, as I said on Tuesday night, the Wild don't get caught out looking ahead to Saturday night with the best team in hockey, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Don't want to overlook Florida. They do have some good players who can burn you even despite being an absolute mess right now. So those are some things to watch for in tonight's game against the Florida Panthers. Be sure to check out our work on zonecoverage.com. You can go to zonecoverage.com/wild. Heather Rule will have a game preview for you on the site because we also try to actually write things, not just do video. You can also probably look for a column from resident columnist Ben Remington. And, of course, you can find the written works of myself there as well. Do check out the podcast. You can find all of our shows here on the YouTube channel. Or you can go to iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play. It's all there for you. Do check us out. If you do find us on iTunes, please give us an iTunes rating. We do love those. And check out our special show on Saturday, a Festivus show, where you can call in and air your grievances on the Minnesota Wild or on us podcast hosts as well. The phone lines will be open. Call in and tell us what's bothering you. For more details on that, check out our podcast Twitter at GatG Wild Podcast, or like I said, go to zonecoverage.com/wild for all the details on how to call in on Saturday. So that will do it for the game preview, and we will talk to you after the game. Later.